For years, original Xbox and Xbox 360 were some of the hardest systems to emulate on retro handhelds, but thanks to new emulators, that's finally starting to change. So today I'm going to show you the 3 handhelds I'd recommend at each budget, from the value pick all the way to the premium experience. Let's get started. Starting with the value pick, we have the Retroid Pocket 5, and this is the entry point into Xbox emulation. The Pocket 5 comes with a 5.5-inch OLED display, the Snapdragon 865 processor, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, a 5000 mAh battery for around $200. The build quality on the Pocket 5 is excellent. The buttons and D-pad feel great, it comes with Hall effect joysticks and modern analog triggers, and is very light at only 280 grams. The OLED display also looks amazing with vibrant colors and deep blacks that really make games look better than ever. If you're coming from an LCD device, the upgrade to OLED is a noticeable upgrade. From a performance perspective, the Pocket 5 can easily play all of the classic retro systems including Game Boy, Super Nintendo, N64, and PlayStation 1, and also has enough power to play PSP, Dreamcast, and Saturn games. Additionally, you can play a good amount of PS2 and GameCube, and the lighter Wii U and Switch games. And since it runs Android, you have access to the Google Play Store just like an Android phone. At this level, you'll also be able to play some of the Xbox library, including Halo, Dead or Alive 3, and the lighter to medium titles. The Pocket 5 doesn't quite pass the threshold to Xbox 360 titles though, so the Pocket 5 is going to be limited to the original Xbox. From a battery life perspective, at 50% brightness, you can expect 10 to 11 hours of Game Boy and Super Nintendo gameplay, and for Xbox, I average 3 to 5 hours. The Retroid Pocket 5 offers a great entry point to Xbox light and medium gaming with a beautiful 5.5-inch OLED display, excellent battery life, and premium build quality in a light and pocketable package. For around $200, it's a great entry point into Xbox gaming. Now we move on to the sweet spot category. This is the point where spending a little bit more gets you an even better experience, but without jumping all the way to the premium pricing. And for this category, my pick is the Retroid Pocket 6. Retroid took everything people loved about the Pocket 5 and pushed it even further. With the Pocket 6, you get a beautiful 5.5-inch 120Hz OLED display, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, 8 to 12GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and a larger 6000 mAh battery for $244 to $279 depending on your configuration. With the Pocket 6, Retroid took the feedback from the community and further refined the build and ergonomics. The grips on the handheld are now more substantial, making longer gaming sessions more comfortable. They also offer 2 different analog stick placements. You can either have the left analog stick below the D-pad, or my favorite option, analog stick top, which is more familiar to gamers who are used to the PlayStation and Xbox layout controls. And even with the improved ergonomics and larger battery, they managed to keep it very pocketable and light at 320 grams. The 120Hz OLED display is another big upgrade. The 5.5-inch display looks amazing with vibrant colors, deep blacks, and excellent motion with the higher refresh rate, making games and menus feel smooth and responsive. The Pocket 6 comes with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is a big step up from what the Pocket 5 had, which is the Snapdragon 865. That means you can play more intensive Xbox games and even push into some of the Xbox 360 lineup, such as Gears of War. You also have enough power to push systems like PS2 and GameCube to 2 to 4 times resolution, and can even play some PC games using apps like GameHub and Game Native. With the larger battery, you get even longer gaming sessions with Game Boy and Super Nintendo, offering 12 to 13 hours of playtime. With Xbox, you'll see 4 to 7 hours, and with Xbox 360, you'll see 2 to 4 hours of gaming time. Starting at $244, the Retroid Pocket 6 offers a strong value proposition. You're getting a meaningful jump in performance, a better display, improved ergonomics, a bigger battery, and a handheld that's capable of handling a larger portion of the Xbox library and even some Xbox 360 titles. And finally, we come to my premium experience recommendation. If you want one of the best retro handhelds on the market that has enough power to play some of the most intensive games, then this pick is the one for you. And that is the Ayn Odin 3. The Odin 3 comes equipped with a 6-inch 120Hz AMOLED display, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 3 processor, 8 to 16GB of RAM, 128 to 512GB of storage, and an 8,000 mAh battery starting at $349 for the base model. The Odin 3 doesn't just offer raw performance, it also offers an excellent build quality. Weighing in at 390 grams, Ayn slimmed down the Odin 3 compared to their previous iterations. The ergonomics are excellent and the D-pad, buttons, analog stick, and triggers all feel premium. The AMOLED display is vibrant with deep blacks and beautiful colors and runs at a smooth 120Hz for better motion. The audio on the Odin 3 is excellent, packed with dual front-facing speakers that deliver excellent sound quality and volume. The Odin 3 is powered by one of the most powerful mobile chips on the market, which means you'll be able to play a large amount of the Xbox library and even more of the Xbox 360 library. In addition, that extra power means games will run smoother, which makes for a more enjoyable experience. And you're also able to run even more PC games such as the Halo Master Chief Collection, GTA 5, Devil May Cry 5, and more. And since the Odin 3 comes with a massive 8,000 mAh battery, you're going to get 14 to 16 hours of Game Boy Color and Super Nintendo gameplay, 5 to 7 hours of Xbox battery life, and 2 to 5 hours of Xbox 360 and PC gaming. If you're looking for a handheld that gives you one of the best overall Xbox 360, and gaming experiences available on the retro handheld market, along with excellent build quality, battery life, and display, then the Odin 3 is simply amazing. Before we wrap up, I did also want to mention 2 other handhelds that are worth considering. The first is the Ayn Thor. The Thor comes in 2 flavors, the Thor Lite, which is equipped with the same processor as the Pocket 5, and the Thor Base and above models, which offer the same processor as the Pocket 6. Where the Thor really separates itself is that it comes with 2 OLED displays and a compact clamshell package. This opens up dual screen gaming for systems like DS and 3DS. The second device I want to mention is the Ayn Odin 2 Portal. It offers a huge 7-inch OLED display that is gorgeous, its performance is excellent due to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, and at around $259, it's a great value. The drawback to the Portal is that it's actually being phased out with only the base model still available that comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. But if you're looking for a big screen experience, it's definitely worth considering. So to wrap up, if you're looking for a retro handheld that lets you dip your toes into light Xbox gaming without breaking the bank, then the Retroid Pocket 5 is a great place to start. And at $45 more, the Pocket 6 offers a big jump in performance, 120Hz OLED display, and even better ergonomics. If you want to pay even more of the Xbox library and even some Xbox 360 games, then the Pocket 6 is a compelling value. And if you simply want one of the best retro handhelds currently available and have a little more wiggle room in your budget, then the Ayn Odin 3 is your pick. One of the great things about Xbox and 360 emulation is that it continues to improve. For today's testing, I used HakuX for original Xbox and Xendroid and Xbox 360 mobile app for 360 testing. I'll leave a link to these in the description, and I'm working on a dedicated setup guide that I'll link in the description below once it's ready. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which handheld would you choose? Any I missed? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I'll include links to all the devices we talked about today in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, hitting the like and hype buttons, as it really helps my channel to grow. That's going to be it for me today. This is Mike from Split Screen Dad, and I'll see you soon.